This is a lawnmower that I just installed a brand new carburetor on. You can see all that shiny metal there. And this is a big Troy-built TB360, and I'm hoping it's going to run after I put this carburetor on here. But what I wanted to show you today is the situation with this blade. And it's good to look at these underneath when you get a used mower or you're working on somebody's mower to try and tune it up. Oftentimes somebody's installed a blade and they put it on upside down. And this mower has been used for quite a while with the blade upside down because that is the cutting edge on the back. So this is really, once I turn it over, it's going to be essentially a new blade. So they've been cutting their grass with this blunt edge and getting no lift. The way these blades are designed, it looks like an airplane. There's a curved surface, and so it creates lift, just like the lift off on an airplane. As it speeds along, that curved blade lifts the airplane up. Well, this lifts the grass up, but it's not going to work that way with this one because this blade is on upside down. And this is an aftermarket blade. It's not original, so it's kind of easy to make a mistake on this. So let's correct this. Let me get my tripod over here, and we're going to set this up so you can see how to do this, how to turn this blade over and get it right. So here's our situation, and we're gonna correct this. I'm gonna show you how to do it. You don't want to turn your mower on the side if you can possibly avoid it. It's better to tilt it back like this and put a big heavy toolbox on the handle so you can work on the blade without the deck coming back down on you. Let's do a little housekeeping first to get some of this debris off. All kinds of crud up in here. This is a very expensive self-propelled lawnmower, and it definitely deserves to have the blade put on right so it cuts like it's supposed to. So let's take a look under here. But first I've got to figure out a block to put up here so that when this blade comes around, because I've got to turn the screw this way. So I've got to put a block here so the blade comes around, hits that, and then the screw will unscrew. But first of all, how do I know this is upside down? Because that's the discharge chute over there. And this blade is going to turn this way. If you're looking at it, that's counterclockwise. That's counterclockwise. If you're looking at it like this, you know, that's counterclockwise. But if you're standing up there on the handle, this is going to be spinning clockwise, right? Yeah. So if you're looking at it, working on it, looking at the blade from underneath, looking at it this way, it's counterclockwise. So here's my engine or blade block, and it's a C-clamp with 2 pieces of wood with a little spring on it, which helps a little, not a lot, but it works great. So I kind of hold that in place, and you want the C-clamp on the bottom. You don't want it up here because the blade's going to come around and hit metal, so you want it to hit the wood. So let's get this wood block arrangement on here. So I got my C-clamp tight, and just for safety, I'm going to unplug the spark plug. Okay. So now this blade's going to come around like this. I'm just going to hit that wood block. And see, the curve of the blade actually has the blade below the deck, which you don't want. You want it either in line with the deck or slightly inside of it. But that curve of that blade has it coming below the deck, which is not safe. So there's a couple of reasons you want to put it on right. So let me get what I use. And I use a great big, what they call a breaker bar, and that gives me enough lever to get off some of these really hard to remove bolts sometimes, or screws rather. And what you want to do is find a 5/8 socket. Okay, that's what it requires. And see, there's the cutting edge, and it's not cutting the grass. The lift part, dull lift part, is cutting the grass now, if you want to call it cutting. So let's get this off now. That's all tight, but this breaker bar helps you overcome that. That's just sad when people put these blades on there and they put them on wrong and they mow for years and years with a perfectly sharp blade upside down, using the super dull side to try and cut their grass. So we're going to get this out. I'm hoping that the blade adapter isn't too damaged. All right, I'm lucky it's not damaged at all. I think what I might do, I believe this is a 21 inch. Let's measure it. I had 21 inches marked off on this board right here. So I'll put it down on that end down there. And yeah, it comes to that line. So that's a 21 inch blade. Since this is a universal blade, I'm thinking about maybe taking this off and putting a regular one on there. I'll show you what that looks like. This is a brand new Oregon 21 inch blade that will fit this mower, and it will ride just inside of the bottom of the deck. So that will be safe. And it is part number, Oregon part number 198-049. And you see the difference on this blade is this has a curve right here, right here, right here. And often people get this and they'll see that curve and they go, oh, okay, the curve must be go up like that. And it helps hold that to that adapter. That is wrong. The curve here, right there and right there, that is down towards the grass. And if you get an Oregon blade, another way to remember it is the little paper label is going to be up facing the deck. So this blade's going to go on like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put this nice blade on instead of putting this universal blade on here, which doesn't have the little curve. So now because I'm installing the blade, this block actually needs to move just a little. So I'm actually going to remove it. And then I'm going to put my blade up here. Let's see. Let me get a wide brush on this thing just to clean this off a little. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to put this on there. And it's fitting pretty good. Not great, but anyway, the two little pins fit through those round holes, and then this, what they call the bow ties right in the middle. So now I can take this on put this in. I'm going to hold this and finger tighten this until because this blade will come off those set points. And if you install it with it off of those set points, the bow tie and the little posts, you'll destroy the adapter and maybe destroy your blade as well. So I've got that finger tight, so everything's in place, see? So it's slightly inside over there, slightly inside over here. And let's put our blade lock on. I'm going to slightly move this way. That gives me room to put this here. So I tighten my C-clamp. And now I start tightening the blade screw, because I've got my C-clamp holding everything in place. That's pretty loose. That's pretty loose. That's pretty tight. There we go. Now, it's slightly inside over here and slightly inside over there. I don't think this crankshaft is bent, but let's check it. I'm going to watch this right here and see if it spins around. Okay, that's okay. It's not wobbling. See, if that screw wobbled, that would mean the crankshaft is bent, and that would be a whole new set of problems. So anyway, that's how you do this. You see how the lift portion where it curves up is now up in the deck. That's what you want. And you want this cutting edge coming around, and right here, like there's the cutting edge. It's going to come around, cut the grass, and throw it like that discharge chute, or it's going to throw it up in the bag, see? And this little curved edge is down towards the grass, not up towards the deck. So this blade is installed correctly. So thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. I'm posting all kinds of tips and everything to get these good old mowers running.